hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Kent Holste podcast, right here on KentHolstePodcast.com, and as well as the YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you decided to click that link today and join in the conversation as we are going to be talking about self-confidence. I know a lot of us struggle with a lot of that, and a lot of it comes from different situations that have happened in our life. Or maybe it's just that you never had that positivity around, so you understood the good things that can come from having confidence. Because if you don't grow in a family where they believe in you and they trust in you and they motivate you in ways that are beneficial, it can be hard and it can be difficult to sometimes believe in yourself. Or maybe it's because of people that have been a part of your life that have caused you to not be able to successfully have confidence because they verbally said things and did things to you that were very, very damaging. And that happens more often, not very, but more often than you would think. And I was a victim to that. And I've also been part of that problem. I've said and done things to people that affected their life in a negative way. And I feel bad for that. And, I think that's the first thing that a lot of people need to do is seeing the harm, seeing the things that you've done that have affected people's lives in a way that isn't healthy. We need to take a moment to pull ourselves out of our own lives and kind of take a different look at how we're treating people and how we're interacting with others. Because the way that we talk and the way that we treat people can definitely affect their self-confidence. So we're going to get into this and lots more on today's podcast, so stay tuned. Have you seen the Kent Holste podcast website yet? Well, check it out today. It's at www.KentHolstePodcast.com. It's more than just podcasts. There's interviews, blogs, news, sports talk, circle of friends, and so much more. So what are you waiting for? Check it out right now. It's at www.KentHolstePodcast.com. So we all understand that self-confidence is huge. It plays a role in our lives every single day, and chances are in a lot of moments within our day. It takes a lot of confidence to speak. There's a lot of people who don't have the ability to do what I do and talk and talk and talk and talk in front of people. There's actually good programs. There's good organizations that will help people gain confidence. I think it's called Toastmasters. They gather and give tips and tools to successfully give speeches in front of people and give you that confidence that you need to do so in a way that is very good for your life. And so that's a good positive thing. But self-confidence can not always be that easy to just overcome. There's been situations and times in people's lives where there are those negative people that are around that have nothing better to do than to destroy another person's mind and engrave that negativity that they are incapable of doing things, that they're not good enough to accomplish certain goals that they have for themselves or where they want to see themselves go in the future. That's all stuff that affects self-confidence. You know, I've talked about it many, many times about the things that people have said to me that have been mentally damaging to me. There's things that people will say that will remind myself of what others have said in the past, which causes me to, seclude my feelings, my emotions. I tend to clam up and just be quiet. And there's something wrong with me when you're around me if I'm not talking. Because generally that means there's something going on. And that's the first clue with a lot of people that we miss out. That we don't take that opportunity to be that person that I talk so much about. That person that sees someone in pain, sees someone that is hurting, and is willing to step up and be that good Samaritan, which we've talked about before as well, and help them. People just find it more easy to bring people down by just being rude, by saying things that are so hurtful about their character and who they are, that it scars them for life. The things that people have said to me will never be forgotten. They're there. They just don't go away. And so we have to find a way to regain that confidence to know that what these people are saying about ourselves is, first of all, not true, 9 times out of 10. And the other thing we have to keep in mind is that these people generally say things to hurt you because they don't want you to be confident. They don't want you to believe in yourself. They would rather see yourself fail. They would rather see yourself fall into pieces so they can walk all over you more and more. And that's not right. That doesn't do your self-confidence any good by letting people control your emotions. The hardest thing for us when it comes to our self-confidence is to stand up for ourselves. To know that we are able to just stand up and say, you know what, you're wrong. What you're saying about me as a person is incorrect. Now, you can think whatever you want to think. But meanwhile, while you're thinking all those negative and destructive things about who I am, I'm going to be over here. See me? I'm right here. And I'm going to be thinking how much whatever you're saying is the exact opposite. And I'm going to prove you wrong. When that past relationship of mine was bringing me down, saying that my dreams, my aspirations of becoming a broadcaster was irrelevant, that it was pointless, that no one cares about my feelings, that people just talk to me because they feel bad for me. Those are all things that were destructive. And there was times where I stood up for myself. There was times where I said things, but were they the right things? Did they make the situation worse? Absolutely. And that's where we got to be careful. When standing up for yourself and showing that you are confident, that you can stand boldly and firmly and tell these people that they are wrong and that they need to basically go away because they're not needed. People who purposely bring you down in your life are the ones that, number one, you either try to make it work, and if it doesn't work, then that's where you move forward and leave. Now, obviously, in relationships where they are destructive, obviously, you try your best to work it out. And if there is no success in doing so, then that's when you know you need to go your separate ways. Giving up is never easy, but that's where you have to have also that self-confidence to know that if you're in an unhealthy living environment, if you are in an unhealthy relationship where there is abuse, where there is drug abuse, where there is alcohol abuse, or whatever unfortunate situation is there, you have to do the right steps. You have to go the right way in order to move forward and to be confident that no matter what damage has been done, you can recover. You have to have the confidence that if you are in those situations, that you have to have that confidence that you can seek help. Seek someone that is a professional that can help guide you in the right direction. To have confidence that you are able to tell someone how you're feeling after all that has been done, about what you need to do with your life. Focusing on them is not always the best thing to do, in my point of view. Because the more you focus on them, the people that are being negative, the more you start thinking of other things besides fixing yourself. Sometimes separation does people good. Sometimes getting away from those unfortunate times is the better thing. Because the more you stick around, the more you deal with the verbal and mental abuse, the more you're just going to stay in that one spot. Nothing is going to change. The issue that I had is I was scared to leave. I was scared because I was afraid I was going to lose my family. I was afraid that if I leave, that there was going to be other people that were a part of that person's life that would get involved and try to do things to disrupt my life. Disrupt my life. There we go. I can speak. Thank you. But it's true. We live in fear. We have concerns. But we can't let those things interfere with the confidence, because you can't get over those things without having confidence. If you are living in fear, constantly worried, constantly looking over your shoulders because you're afraid, then that's when you know you need more confidence to believe that not everybody is out there to get you. Not everybody is out there to harm you. Not everybody is out there to bring you down and to treat you like you're some floor mat. That everybody just needs to wipe their feet all over you. No, that's not how life should be. That's not how your personal confidence should be about yourself. You need to find a healthy way. You need to find a good alternative to help you find and to locate where your confidence is and how you should move forward going from there. Are you looking for a positive place to join a great community? Well, go to the Kent Holste Podcast website, where you can find Circle of Friends. This is a page to be supportive by sharing special events that are positive or even letting others pray for you. A place that people can come together without fear of being judged, no matter race or disabilities. A time to be a part of that person that takes the time to care for others when it's needed most. We are all not just friends, we are family. It's Circle of Friends on the Kent Holste Podcast website. Check it out today. You know, when I think of confidence, I think of like sporting events. I think of like the UFC. I think about boxing. I think about professional wrestling. You know, what pumps up and gives those guys confidence? It's their entrance. It's their music that they walk to or go into their games. Like you think about professional sports, not just those, but like basketball and football and hockey. Every team has their pump up song that not only pumps up them, but also the fans. And that pump up music gives them the confidence by hearing not just that music, but also the fans going crazy to motivate them. It gives them confidence that they can go into their match, their game, with that pumped up feeling that they can get through it, that they can score, that they can make points on the board, that they can dominate, that they can win their match. You know, that's sometimes what I have to do. Like, before I go to work, I always listen to music that was really upbeat or heavy metal to kind of get that blood flowing, to give me that confidence. You know, I'd listen to music that would just get me going. Kind of like what, you know, fighters do. They listen to music that gets their blood flowing, gets them motivated. It works. Because I can't just go into work listening to some sad, sobby song. It doesn't do anything for me. Or I listen to music to motivate me to stay awake when I take long drives. I like good, upbeat, fast, heavy music. That's what I like. Don't get me wrong. I also like some slow, depressing songs. If that's what I call them, slow, depressing songs. But yeah, that helps with the confidence sometimes is music. What my question for you, the listeners right now, and you can put this in the comment spot on the YouTube channel that you're watching right now, is what builds up your confidence? Where does your confidence come from? And talk about times where you had low self-esteem, low confidence. What got you to build it up? What got you to move forward from that and have that good confidence that you can pull through? Who are people that you have come across in your life that have taught you good lessons about confidence? And just anything involving confidence, talk about it. Now, just a brief reminder, this is not a time to bash, be rude, mean, say inappropriate things, because if you do, it's going to be on the fast track of getting deleted. And depending on the severity, you might just get blocked and reported. I hate doing that, but this is not the place, nor is it the time. This podcast is about positivity. It's about encouraging people. This is a community. And there's enough of that community that likes to be Debbie Downers. There's enough of that community that likes to be rude and inappropriate towards other people. This is not the community for you. But if you do need that advice, if you do need that extra boost of self-confidence, this is the place for you to do that right now. Is talk about this subject. Talk about this topic so we can start a conversation. And you never know what might come from it. Now, it doesn't matter if you're listening to this the day this is posted, or if you're listening to this a year or two down the road. Still join in the conversation. This is what it's all about. So do that. So we're talking about self-confidence. We're talking about the importance of what your self-confidence can do to your life when you're thinking properly, when you're thinking in the right state of mind. You're not letting all those negative people from those other communities that we were just talking about get in there and bring you down and burn down what you do have left in your heart and in your soul. It's just tough sometimes. It's tough when we try our best every single moment that we can to be positive. But yet we have those moments where we're weak and we let these people or certain things come in and just rip us apart. They tear us down like a big wrecking ball, and all that's left is the rubble of what used to be our self-confidence. And we can't let that happen. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to have the confidence to know that there are going to be unfortunate and difficult times that come up in our life. There's going to be people that are going to be rude, that say things that are devastating, that rip you apart. There's going to be situations that are more than just roadblocks, more than just tall mountains to climb, that are forever going to be those unfortunate memories that you have to carry on your shoulders for the rest of your life, that bring down your self-confidence. But you know what? You don't have to let that be your future. Constantly living in misery because you don't have the confidence to move forward. You know, it took me literally 2 years to rebuild myself, to regain that confidence, to know that no matter what anybody says about me, what's important is what I know deep down inside my heart, who I am. People can judge, people can say all the things they want. That's just their opinion. And that's how you got to look at it. There's going to be people that just like to get into your life and try to be your biographer and share what they think your life is all about, but that's not theirs to say. You are in control of your own fate. We've talked about this. We've talked about this many, many times. You are in control of your own life. Only you can decide whether you want to live your life being positive, knowing that you have the confidence to know when you need to keep pursuing, or when you need to have the confidence to turn and say, no, this is enough. The hardest thing is walking away, especially from things that we were once so firmly, so strong believing in, whether it be our relationships, our friendships, our jobs. It's hard. For some of us, man, I can't talk today. For some of us, it's hard. It's hard for us to stand up and say no. For some of us, we don't have that confidence to just not let other people, let situations come in that are damaging. We just accept it. And we can't do that. We can't just let those situations get the best of us. Because if we do, what good is that doing? What good is it when we're letting people and things get in the way of what's most important? We can choose to live our life with amazing confidence, or we can choose to live our life living in fear, thinking that the worst is always going to happen. Because if you think that, of course it's going to happen. Of course you're going to have those moments where you're just going to feel like you got to give up. You got to give in. You got to let others have control of your feelings and your emotions and your confidence. Whose life is it? Is it theirs? No, it's yours. So think about that. Think about who's in control and start living it. I just want to take a moment to thank you for listening to today's podcast. Hopefully there's something on today's show that you've really enjoyed. And if that's the case, please like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. But also do the same things on the Kent Holste podcast website. It really makes a big difference to those who are really trying to find something inspirational to help their lives. So thank you again for listening and enjoy the rest of the podcast. So as we wind things down on this podcast today, I hope that you've had the opportunity to kind of realize and think about your own self-confidence. Where are you lacking? Where can you put a little bit more effort into believing in yourself and having that confidence to know what is good for you and what's not? Or even more, letting go of those people or things that are bringing you down, are holding you back. Because if people are holding you back from your dreams or holding you back from being happy, then that's where you need to realize that's where this all needs to start. Because you have to believe in yourself. You have to think and be positive. You do have to do all those things humanly possible to do what you can, not what you can't. Because it all surrounds self-confidence. What are you going to do today that you haven't done yet in your life to rebuild your confidence? What are you going to do today that was different from yesterday that you're going to try to work on to motivate yourself? Are you going to try different tools? Are you going to maybe do research on what is best when it comes to rebuilding your self-confidence? Are you going to take that first step and having the confidence to know that you need someone to guide you more, like a therapist or a pastor? Because now is the time. The more that you wait, the more chances you take of things taking even longer to get better in your life, to start seeing that positive change. There's programs. There's people that are willing to help lift your spirits so you can have confidence. I've talked many, many times about the power of prayer. And sometimes that first step, all it takes is prayer. Now, there's one prayer that can help anybody. It will help you get on the right track. But also, I believe it will give you the help to get that confidence started. Because there's no better prayer than the serenity prayer. Listen to the words. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. What are the key words in those? Serenity, change, courage, wisdom, and difference. If there's one thing that you should do and take in your life, it's this prayer. And a lot of people think, oh, well, I don't need that. That's more for people who have addictions to drugs or alcohol. And that's far from the truth. This is a prayer that anybody can use. It's a prayer that everybody should use on a daily basis because there's so much to this in just a small little prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Those are the people that bring you down. Those are the things from your past that have already happened. There's no turning back. The courage to change the things I can. Your addictions. Your self-confidence. There's so many things that you can do with your life. And the wisdom to know the difference. Think about that. It's a powerful thing. So find ways to lift up your spirits, to find your self-confidence, so you can live the rest of your life knowing that no matter what happens, no matter what people say, you're going to have that confidence to stand tall, to stand firm, and know that you are able to get past it and do it the right way to where you don't have to worry about feelings getting hurt. You don't have to worry about other people getting involved and making things worse. This is your life. This is your time to take control and make the right choices and take the right steps to gaining self-confidence, regaining your self-confidence. It takes time. It takes work. But most of all, it takes belief in yourself. So think about that today. If you like this podcast today and you believe in this message of positivity, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so yet. In fact, if you haven't, do it right now. You're already on the page. All you got to do is hit subscribe, and then you're set. You're joining this community of people who care, who want to care, who want to lift up your spirits and your self-confidence. And think about being positive. Think and be positive. Let that be your motivation. Let that be the beginning step to your recovery in being the person that you should be today. Do what you can, not what you can't, to create your self-confidence in a way that is healthy and that is in a way that won't be damaging or create new damage and new baggage. I believe in you. Don't you think you should too? And if you see someone who served our country, whether it be military, police, fire, medical, whatever, no matter who they are, thank them. Give them an elbow, give them a fist, tell them how much you appreciate them. You never know how much they might appreciate that. It's all about kindness. So be kind to one another today. Thank you for listening. Until the next time we talk, I hope that you're all safe and you're being positive and encouraging. But most of all, you have that self-confidence to move forward and make bold moves with your life. God bless.